So I'm coming to you in this video with a bit of a reflection on, I guess, the differences between generative AI and machine learning. And I think there's a lot of interest around, especially with the rise of things like ChatGPT and then things like Gemini and Claude and so forth. There's a lot of focus on how GenAI can help organizations. But I want to reflect on what GenAI looks like versus machine learning, because I think that's a little bit forgotten in customers I talk to. The field of AI has been around for a long time, and only recently that the Gen AI has captured the attention, right, of what's been possible. And I think we're going to see a lot of change with the use of Gen AI to go from chat-based experiences through to augmenting business processes, and that's certainly happening in a lot of places. But the concern is that the machine learning still has a very big place with your organization, your enterprise data, how you can use your data to gain insights and also to make predictions and forecasts. So there's an opportunity here to, I think, as you're going through, thinking about use cases for AI, because everyone's excited about that, to actually think about this a bit harder. So think about data you might collect, sales data, customer data, data that's structured in formal databases, data that's unstructured that you might have in email and documents. You've got lots of data in your business. Are you using it effectively? And I think there's opportunity while we've got AI on our minds as an AI transformation is a bit of a theme that's happening, that I observe anyway, to not always go down the rabbit hole of Gen AI. Like, a lot of vendors are very excited about that, but I think there's a lot of opportunity for machine learning and that field for things like data science. Because what you may find, or I expect will happen, is that you'll find there's cost differences, right, effort differences around that. And without having your data integrated in properly, we're going to find some limitations of generative AI that will only be exposed through applying some of the basics of machine learning. It's the basics of AI. Now, I'm not going to teach you all the differences between all the AI, what AI means. I think that's a very overloaded term, and I think it gets thrown around a bit. But there's lots of good reading on the internet. There's courses you can take that will explain to you some of these differences. And so I want to leave this video with two challenges. First is, I'd like you to go and do some research of your own, inform yourself around what does the field of AI sort of mean? Like, what's its history and how has it evolved over time? And then what, in contemporary context, how do things like generative AI compare to other techniques of AI? And then the second thing I'll leave you with is, as you go through your problem space and use cases around how do we take AI forward in an organization, is then take what you've learned and go, well, is this something that can be solved with generative AI? Or is this something else that requires maybe other techniques around using machine learning? And in machine learning space, there are lots and lots of different approaches as well. It's a great, massive field. I think there's so much potential in this space, but we just need to step back from the generative AI side of things. Let's use it where it's good. Also, look for other opportunities where other techniques might be useful too. So have a think, do some learning, and look at through the lens of what problems you've got, what sort of scenarios might make sense. My name is Peter Hayden. I help organizations with their journey of analytics and AI and the use of data. And if this was useful, please hit the like button. And if you'd like to hear more of what I have to say, hit subscribe and make sure to go through some of the videos I've shared over the last little while. Thank you.